Clang! The metal door slammed shut, reverberating through the eerie silence of the old factory. Max, Lily and Sam were trapped. Their laughter from minutes before died in their throats, replaced by a chilling sense of dread. The old Scarecrow Factory was dark, except for slivers of moonlight slicing through holes in the roof, casting eerie shadows on the walls.
Guys, I don't like this. This place gives me the creeps.
Sam, usually fearless, felt a shiver crawl up his spine. He had never felt this kind of fear before. The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of rotting hay and something else. Something menacing, something that made their skin crawl.
Scared of a few scarecrows? Come on, they're just straw and old clothes.
Max, ever the tough one, tried to laugh, but his voice wavered, betraying his own unease. His words echoed in the cavernous space, bouncing off the walls and returning to them in a haunting manner. But even he couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong, that they were not alone in this forsaken place. A raspy voice boomed through the factory.
You have broken the rules of Halloween.
The children spun around, searching for the source. Towering above them was a figure made of straw and burlap. Its eyes, two glowing embers, burned into their souls.
You stole, you vandalized, you disrespected the spirit of Halloween.
Lily began to cry.
We're sorry, we didn't mean it.
But the Scarecrow was unmoved.
Sorry is not enough. You will learn your lesson.
The Scarecrow raised its gnarled, stick-like hands, casting an eerie shadow over the field. The air grew colder, and a sense of dread filled the atmosphere. Invisible tendrils snaked out from its fingertips, wrapping around Max. He felt a cold, creeping sensation as the tendrils tightened their grip, pulling him closer to the Scarecrow. He screamed, struggling against the unseen force, but it was no use. The more he fought, the tighter the tendrils became, draining his strength and hope.
Ah! His voice echoed through the night, a desperate cry for help that went unanswered.
Straw burst from his shoes, engulfing his feet, then his legs. The transformation was swift and merciless, turning flesh to straw in mere moments. His cries were muffled as his mouth filled with straw. He could feel the rough texture scratching his throat, silencing his pleas. One by one, each child met the same fate. Their bodies twisted and contorted, transforming into lifeless scarecrows, their eyes filled with terror. Lily's whimpers were silenced as burlap stitched itself over her face, forming a grotesque smile. Her eyes, once bright with life, now stared blankly ahead. Sam thrashed wildly, but soon he too stood frozen, his eyes replaced with coal-black buttons, a silent scream etched on his straw-stuffed face. The field was now filled with these eerie figures, a haunting reminder of the Scarecrow's curse. The factory floor was silent except for the soft rustle of straw. The air was thick with an eerie stillness, as if time itself had stopped in this forsaken place. Shadows danced on the walls, cast by the dim light filtering through the broken windows. Max, Lily and Sam stood as still and lifeless as the other scarecrows surrounding them. Their eyes, once full of life and mischief, were now vacant and hollow. They could no longer move, speak, or even blink. Their human forms were gone, replaced by crude figures of straw and cloth. The transformation had been swift and merciless, leaving no trace of their former selves. Each strand of straw seemed to mock their previous existence. The moon shone through the gaps in the roof, illuminating their vacant eyes. The pale light gave the scene an otherworldly glow, highlighting the despair etched into their new forms. It was a hauntingly beautiful sight, yet deeply unsettling. They were trapped, forced to watch as other Halloween pranksters met the same chilling fate. Each new arrival added to the growing army of scarecrows, a grim reminder of the price of their folly. Their punishment was to witness the consequences of disrespecting Halloween forever. The factory had become a prison, a place where the echoes of laughter had turned into whispers of regret. They would remain there, silent sentinels of a forgotten lesson. So beware this Halloween night. Remember Max, Lily and Sam. Remember what happens when you break the rules. The spirit of Halloween is not to be trifled with. Disrespect the night and you might find yourself joining the silent ranks of the Scarecrow Factory forever.